from your perspective as a producer, tell us about the challenges as they exist today.
Mike, one of the greatest challenges is people know about all these technologies and would love to use them to make their business more productive and more efficient, but they can't get access to them because for whatever reason their mobile phone service, the 3G system, isn't sufficient, isn't covered, or has too many people using it at the same time to be a viable service. And that's something that we've been trying to make governments aware of for quite some time, and the telecommunications carriers. And it's not just mobile phones too, it's often satellite oversubscription. And it's something that we're taking to the government, and it's something that the majority of farmers bring to us all the time. And when we conduct these surveys, like the one we've recently conducted, they're very well responded to. We get responses. I think we released this one at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and we were getting responses almost immediately, and we were having hundreds of people responding as soon as they got this in their inbox. They were so passionate about it and so either upset or riled about it that they thought we need to tell someone about this as soon as possible, and they were really begging for somebody to take some action on this.
Give us the backstory on the survey. What did you, I know why you asked it, but what did you ask? And what were the major conclusions that came out of the results?
We try to keep it simple, and we've been asking these similar 10 questions for the last 3 surveys we've done, and we do it every couple of years. There's often a lot of government reviews, and recently the Sinclair report into regional telecommunications, which were a function of the privatisation of Telstra, just to make sure that people in the bush weren't getting left behind with the privatisation of Telstra. So we ask this all the time, and it's based around coverage, competition. Why are you on the plan you are? Is it because you have no choice, which is often the case? We know that the vast majority of our phone and internet users are on the one company, which used to have a monopoly. And so we really like to feed this back to the government to say, look, you know, things aren't getting better out here, and we're constantly calling for an equivalent service to what's available in the cities, and it's just not there available for us.
Does this involve in any way the NBN program? They're talking about bringing online new enhanced satellite services for regional Australia. Are you optimistic and looking forward to that, or what are your reflections on the brouhaha over NBN?
Certainly, and I think the NBN will be a great advantage for rural people, because since we've missed out on the Future Fund, it's been used up in other areas, which was previously earmarked for telecommunications. We really need to think that we really think the need is there for bush people to keep going ahead. So the NBN should take a lot of pressure off some of these mobile networks, which people are using not just for mobile phone calls, but using it for their primary internet source as well. And the fact that the NBN are putting all this cable out there should make it easier and less expensive for the mobile phone carriers to put more towers up there and access backhaul for their tower signal. So the NBN, in short, should help out this coverage issue, and for people to be investing in the bush in this manner, I think it's quite a good idea.
So do I. Tell me a bit about your own farming operation, the challenges that you face with telecommunications on a daily basis, and how they might be improved in terms of applying digital technologies.
Well, we're hamstrung somewhat by the fact that we don't have any cable access or any copper access to the internet. All our internet is done by shared spectrum services, such as the 3G wireless network and satellite services, and they can often be oversubscribed. Some of the biggest uses now that people are using are remote sensing and remote monitoring of water and stock and herds. And whilst I haven't gone that far into the revolution, certainly a lot of your business advice, business inputs you're doing over the internet, you're getting different research and development updates, all provided through the internet. A lot of your government services now are all provided through the internet. So if you need to talk to Centrelink or any of those sort of ones, because the nearest office is over 200 kilometres away, you're really down to all your communications done that way. And if the government think it's a good idea to be putting all this on there and saving money on administration services, they really need to make the services available to everybody through a metro equivalent network.
In terms of government agencies, surely this is largely a federal government affair. I don't see state playing a major role in telecommunications necessarily. Is your focus through National Farmers Federation on the federal government, or are you trying to work on the state government in the hope that they might work on the federal government?
A bit of both. Well, certainly the federal government has released $1 million in pilot programs and funding to try and access some of these black spots, and we know that might do something like 250 more towers if they're strategically located, but we know that that's not nearly enough. That's to cover Australia-wide. We also think that the state governments are a big user of this service as well. So, I mean, the black spots that are affecting us as farmers are also affecting government service delivery in these areas. So if we can get some pilot programs going and show the telecommunications companies that this is a good investment and they should be doing it, and the governments should be backing this as well for their government service delivery, I think they'll be surprised at how much use they get out of these towers.
Anthony, look, keep up the good work and may your broadband be high speed in the future.
Thank you very much.